you're not going to see too many blind reactions of Anaconda going forward, because I do think my thoughts are a lot better organized and more clear when I've seen the episode already. That, and there's not too many left that I haven't seen. So I was able to buy the rest of it because there was so few. And now I'm able to do this episode that was requested a while ago. Pranks for the Memories.
Loki was one of the sneakiest deities in Norse mythology.
And Tumblr's boyfriend.
Muscular definition.
Just 15 seconds left in class, and for the first time since I can't remember the last time, Mrs. Briggs hasn't yelled at me once. It seems like even when I'm doing nothing, I get in trouble for something. But today, if I can just sit still for a few more seconds, there's no way.
Angela Anaconda?
Interesting.
What are you smiling at?
Mrs. Briggs can punish me.
In all my many years of teaching, I've learned one thing. If a student is smiling like the cat who swallowed the canary, a missing canary will turn up sooner or later.
This is an interesting setup because Miss Briggs punishes Angela so much. Now they're actually addressing it, how it affects her.
If I'm gonna keep getting in trouble for trouble I'm not making, then I might as well go ahead and make some trouble.
And I've already seen so many episodes where Miss Briggs punishes her unfairly, so the setup, you get right into it, it makes sense.
But who?
That mustache. How did they do that?
That's the last time anyone delivers mail to this house.
I think I have found my expert trouble tutors.
I bet when they use one of their dad's inventions to stuff it in there.
Okay, Sister Dude, it's time we did our brotherly jobs of teaching you how to cause trouble.
And they're actually bonding? Wow, that is a first. So that's actually really nice to see.
Great, but couldn't we start with an easier one? Or at least one that's not as hard?
Relax. This is the simplest prank of all. Oh, look for yourself.
Oh, I know what's coming.
I'm not sure.
Oh, congratulations on your first 2 pranks.
What do you mean, two? Tell me more.
Simple stuff. Classics. Mark and Derek are just looking for an excuse, aren't they?
Dude, jiggly fruit in the shampoo rocks!
Huh. And she's their guinea pig. I don't get the prank on that one.
Potato mix and water. It's like snow, only disgusting.
Not to the dog.
At this mess. Who's responsible for this?
Would you believe that there was a potato tornado?
That's your last lesson, Sister Dude. Master pranksters don't get caught.
Definitely a weird Karate Kid thing going on.
I mean,
But weird in a good way.
I'm ready to really try out some troublemaking pranks for real.
Good morning, class.
Alright.
I've secretly replaced Mrs. Briggs' regular chalk with a piece of stone in the exact same shape.
Gordy! Clever Gordy.
This isn't chalk. Where is my chalk? I think you got my chalk.
Wow, chalkboards. Gordy! Whoa!
Mrs. Briggs, meet Dr. Frankenstein.
Pun. What? Whoa. That's
Gumballs.
kind of violent.
I got 10 large cheese and pork pizza for a Mrs. Briggs.
There must be a mistake. I didn't order.
Which one of y'all's Mrs. Briggs there? She ordered some Chinese food here?
Well,
We're delivering some patio furniture ordered by Mrs. Briggs.
but I didn't.
Oh, Jesus.
Called in the order.
One of those would have been funny enough.
This is a mistake. I didn't order Chinese food or a set of furniture. Is that usual pork?
Oh, wow. Who paid for that? That's... Wow.
Note passing is a punishable offense. I'll be the only one communicating during my class, thank you.
Should be texting on her phone during class
Mrs.
nowadays.
Briggs' surprise present in her bottom desk drawer. I hope she likes it. However, the author of this particular note shall be spared.
Oh boy. That one's funny.
And she was all like, oh, I wonder what my present is going to be.
Whoa,
And she was
Johnny
all
sounds like Kermit the Frog there.
My present is snakes. Oh, man, you should have been there.
Yep, this prankster's not just a prankster, they're a master prankster.
I wonder who she is. Or he.
I'm thinking it's that Bob kid. You always have to look out for the quiet ones.
I bet
Bob.
it's Josephine Praline. I don't trust her.
Whoa.
She's always praying. I bet she's praying not to get caught.
Isn't there someone you're overlooking? Maybe even someone who is maybe at this very table?
Gordy.
Johnny?
Well, I didn't do nothing.
It's not like I want to
No.
get in trouble or anything, but it is kind of annoying to be famous for something that no one knows you're famous for.
Well, who is it?
Me!
Angela was all like, I'm the prankster, look at me. And we were all like, oh, man.
Johnny. Take some stand-up classes.
You're the prankster and I'm Gandhi. Wear a toga, wear a color suit.
It's funny because she thinks she's a good person.
Prankster, I have done one more master prank. And seeing as I am sure to get caught this time, I will finally get the credit I deserve.
Oh!
Stupid fart joke.
Not only did I put a whoopee cushion on Mrs. Brinks' chair, but I also put some glue on the whoopee cushion on Mrs. Brinks' chair.
Must have been those huevos rancheros from lunch.
It's so simple. It's so stupid.
Best of all, I put my very own name on it, so everyone is sure to know that I am the prankster who is master.
Who's this gassy interruption?
Oh, Mrs. Briggs, I'm afraid the answer is written in plain ink on your, derriere.
Oh. Property of Angela Anaconda. Aha! I expected as much. Gina Lash! Even Angela Anaconda isn't foolhardy enough to use her own property in a prank. But Gina Lash, on the other hand, she's just smart enough to pull off a prank this complex. She's friends with Angela Anaconda and would have ready access to her property.
And would frame her because she's a terrible friend.
I've heard quite enough, but for one
Wow, Miss Briggs' judgment is awful.
So after all,
Okay, all jokes aside, while I am still a little bit bitter about the fact that Gina Lash sold out Angela and Snow Mercy pretty blatantly too, she hasn't been that bad here. And even in other episodes, she's pretty downplayed. So I do acknowledge that.
I'm still not gonna get credit for being the master prankster? What is it gonna take?
Well, that's funny.
So, Angela the master prankster will begin the biggest spree of pranks and pranking history.
Ooh.
To prove that she, who is me, is the real master prankster. Hilarious
At least it's pranks.
prankster who eat man-eating animals. The headline will read, when I finally get the credit I deserve.
Oh my god, is Johnny gonna get eaten? Oh, Jesus!
Who's responsible? The policeman will yell.
Oh my god!
No, I am the prankster, not Johnny Abadi.
Johnny nearly got eaten. Man, this is actually a good reflection of our justice system
I will do an even
in terms of
huger
blaming the
prank.
victim. No, Jimmy Jamal!
The prankster you are looking for is me. But I guess that prank wasn't huge enough yet.
Huh.
I will cry. The master prankster was me. Me. Hello?
Whoa, trippy.
Anyone? Yoo-hoo. Yo, you did it. You're the world's greatest prankster.
Oh my god.
Devilish brothers will
Mark
tell
and
me.
Derek as the devil's on her shoulder.
No one's around to care. Guess important lesson of all, that a master prankster doesn't get caught for her pranks.
Her pranks?
Oh no! What I meant to say is, well, okay, hand him over.
Wow. Half and half on that one, because half of that was really, really funny, but some of that's like, oh my god, violence. And not the fun kind. Felt bad, felt bad for Johnny Bonnie nearly getting eaten by that lion. Some of the pranks I thought went a little far. Like, Nanette doesn't do a thing to Angela in this episode, yet she still slips on a whole bunch of gumballs. I thought, wow, she could have gotten hurt with that. And all of that stuff that was probably not paid for, ordered in Miss Brinks' name, I thought, who paid for that? I felt bad considering how low teachers' salaries are. I mean, maybe one really stupid thing like mustache bleach would have been funny. It's just something that ruffles her delicate feathers. I thought that would have been really funny. You know, and for the flaws this episode has, there is good in it too. You do get to see Angela bonding with her brothers. Yeah, she's on the receiving end of practical jokes, and I personally would not tolerate it if it were me. But they're happy to show her what they have, and she's happy to learn. And she uses that knowledge to her advantage. Yeah, they sell her out to the parents, but then she gets them in trouble at her school, which is so strange and so out there I couldn't help but laugh. Also, the side note, clapping erasers, I know that's such an old school thing. That was a very old school punishment. Chalkboards were outdated even when I was in elementary school. So it's always fun to see the little things that give the show a bit of an old school flavor. I personally like a little bit of that. Though, go back to the good stuff, you get to see, hey, so much of the show, she is punished unfairly by Miss Brinks. So this episode finally addresses it and what she does about it and how it affects her. And you also see she's not going to sell out her friend. She's not going to let Gina take the fall for her, which is always really great to see. And I think I figured something out about the show. I have noticed that it definitely tries to go more for jokes than characters, and while I think when it's funny, it's really, really funny, I think the show just needs a little bit more heart to it. It does the angst and the harshness really well, but it doesn't really balance it out with some softer moments to make up for it. Even on something like South Park, which is so outrageous and so energized, it does balance out the craziness with a commentary or a really genuine heart to it. And Anaconda doesn't really have that balance. Granted, I still love this, and I really do think this show has so much potential to be something utterly amazing. But this one, I think, definitely shows where some of the good stuff is and where some of the changes could be. Yeah, I think it does go a little far with its cruelty sometimes. And I do think the characters really could be more fleshed out than they already are. And I think that's why I harp on Gina Lash as much as I do. Somebody asked me why I talk about it a lot, and I did bring up that one episode, Snow Mercy, but I think part of it is it's also she really isn't written as anything much beyond the smart girl and the fat girl who's into food, really at the expense of some really heartwarming moments. Johnny and Gordy get to be really nice outside of that. Angela definitely shows that she does care about her friends, even if she can be selfish sometimes. But I don't really get that as much from Gina Lash. And I think part of me really wants to see a little bit more for her. I do think it's insulting to the character that she really is such a one-note joke most of the time. So it's that, and the few moments where I've seen her be awful really stuck out to me. Again, still love the show. Still gonna talk about it way too much. Still having a ton of fun with this. So take it as you will. Those are my thoughts.